Now, 3.1.3 is asking to calculate a monthly installment. Right, so the monthly installment is going to be a bit tricky. You'll notice here it is 5 marks. This is a complex question. So the monthly installment, of course, is calculated on the loan amount. But then here also you need to remember that she's paying insurance for 4 years, and they are not expecting her to pay insurance every year in one go. So if we can have a look here, this insurance over here of 2,250, that is for 1 year. It does not mean that she's expected to pay 2,250 at once and then do that for 4 years. She is going to include that in a monthly repayment. So when you are calculating your monthly installment, the insurance, the total insurance of 4 years, which is the 9,000 Rand, must be taken into account when you are calculating your monthly installment. So let's first start with the loan amount. So the loan amount is as follows. It will be 45,000 Rand minus our deposit of, what was our deposit? Our deposit was 8,100 Rand. So 45,000 Rand minus 8,100 gives us 36,900 Rand. Now, the other part that you usually or like to forget is calculating simple interest on that loan amount. So the loan amount is 36,900 Rand, and they are saying here that the simple interest is charged on the full loan amount. Okay, so now let's have a look here at why did we highlight the full loan amount. The full loan amount is the 36,900 Rand plus the 9,000 Rand insurance, because we are going to pay back the insurance as part of the loan over the 4 years. So simple interest will be charged over the loan amount, where we need to add the total insurance. So if I add the total insurance, that means adding insurance for the 4 years. So that will be my loan amount that I calculated after I subtracted the 8,100 Rand plus my insurance of 9,000 Rand. And that will give you notice that I'm using the calculator for practically all the calculations I'm doing. In other words, I'm not wanting to impress anyone by doing calculations in my head. I am using the calculator. So this is the full loan amount. And they are saying that simple interest is charged on the full loan amount. So now I can calculate my interest. And remember, we are busy calculating. We are at 3.1.3 and they want a monthly installment. So we are still moving or working towards the monthly installment, but we need to get what is she expected to pay back in total, because once we have that amount, we can divide it by the amount of months. In this case, it would be 12, 24, 36, 48 months for the 4 years, and then we can get a monthly installment. So we now need to calculate the simple interest, which is 8.5%. So simple interest, then we can just use the formula, which is our principal amount multiplied by R multiplied by N all over 100. So our principal amount in this case is the loan amount, which we want to calculate interest on that loan amount, and that is 45,900 multiplied by the interest rate, which in this case is 8.5, multiplied by the number of years, which is 4, all over 100. And that then gives us, let's have a look, multiplied by 4 and then divided by 100. That gives us simple interest of 15,606 Rand for the 4 years. and we are still working towards the monthly installment. So I can now add my 45, so total repayment amount. In other words, what is she going to pay back on the loan? It's going to be 45,000 Rand 900 plus 15,000 Rand 606, and that of course will give us 61,506 Rand. So 61,506 Rand is what she's going to pay back in total after the 4 years on this hire purchase loan. But she's not going to pay it back all at once. She's going to pay it back in installments. So a monthly installment can be calculated from this. So that will be the 61,506 Rand, all divided by 48 months, which is the amount of months in 4 years. That gives us 1,281 Rand and 38 cents. Because I rounded off to 2 decimal places. That is the monthly installment. 3.1.4, determine how much Mrs. Moyo actually paid for the TV after 4 years. Now, how much did she actually pay? Well, she actually paid the 61,506 Rand, which is the amount that she spent on the loan, which is this amount here. So remember, this was the total repayment amount on the loan. But she also paid a deposit. So the deposit, of course, was 8,100 Rand. So we need to take the 8,100 Rand that she paid and add it to our 61,506 Rand. So how much did she actually pay? She paid, so actual amount, if we can call it that, actual amount was 61,506 Rand plus our deposit of 8,100 Rand, and that is equal to 69,606 Rand. That is what Mrs. Moyo paid back in total for the TV after 4 years.